Hey everyone, I'm Joe Sullivan and welcome to my skincare site, whether you're on the Facebook page or Instagram or YouTube. Glad to have you aboard. And so I thought I'd make a quick introduction video, and I had a whole, we call it a script of what I was going to say. And after a couple of attempts of that, I was like, who am I kidding? That's not who I am. And so now I've got a couple of points and we'll be checking them, trying to make sure I stay along. I might even check on the script so I don't miss everything, but I have a kind of an idea of what I want to say. And so that's how it's going to be, you know. I'm just going to, it's, I could practice and rehearse and make it nice and formal, but who has time for that these days, right? So let's just keep it real. So what am I doing? I'm an independent consultant for Rodan and Fields skincare products, and I've just been doing it for a week now, and that's why I'm making the intro video. I figured better start off with an introduction before I get too far in, and so I guess the next question is, what the heck am I doing selling Rodan and Fields products online? And so that started, I guess, we go back to the start of the year. And in February of 2020, I was working as a project manager in Florida. And around mid-February, I had to leave the job and fly to Ireland to mind my mom, because I grew up in Ireland. More about that another time, but I grew up in Ireland. And so I came over to Ireland to mind my mom. And as I arrive, everything shuts down. And I just got here just as the travel started shutting down. So I got here just in time. And so then I'm here, I'm taking care of my mom. Now she's doing fine. She just needs a little help. You know, she's getting older, so she just needs a little help. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that. And so I'm here and I am binge watching YouTube, sailing channels, dreaming about sailing off like all these sailing channel folks are doing. And that goes on for a few months. And then I started looking forward and I said, okay, well, what am I going to do next? Once, this is going to be past and I'll be back in Florida eventually. What am I going to do? And I decided that I would try and do kind of a multiple income stream approach next time that I start. And that would hopefully get me paying the bills and doing stuff that I want to do, as opposed to working to pay the bills. And so, I figured I'd try that, give it 6 months to a year, and if that all failed, I could always search for a project management job and go. I mean, that's a great job, it's a great career. I'd just rather be on the water, be on boats, and that's kind of the direction I wanted to go. And so, it's always a good backup plan, right? It's always good to have a backup plan in anything you do, and you're going to hear that over and over again, whether it's product related or not. That's how I'm wired. Okay, and we'll talk a lot more about that another day. So I was looking at marine industry. Okay, boat captain. Well, I gotta do time on the water to get a boat captain's license. So that's something I can work on. And dive instruction. I used to teach diving, but I just got to refresh. So that's pretty close. I can do that. And other things like that, being around boats, I've been on the water, possibly boat sales, possibly boat surveys, some training involved there, So as I'm building all this stuff up, I started remembering that my friends, husband and wife, had talked to me before about doing Rodan and Fields, and they had, they did the business and they were enjoying it, and they were continuing with their own full-time jobs, but they were kind of doing it part-time, and they were making a little extra money, and that was kind of neat, So I had blown them off before because, frankly, I was working, I was busy, I didn't have time for any of that. But now, after being out of work for 4 or 5 months, and the idea of working online and being able to sit here in Ireland and mind my mom and still work online in the States, that sounded fantastic. And so I figured, what have I got to lose? Try it for 6 months, give it a shot. If nothing happens, then I can always say, well, I had some experience and now I know it's not for me. And it kept me busy. And I think that's the main thing here. It kept me busy, right? Because, I'm just keeping myself occupied, but it wasn't very productive. So this is finally something productive, right? So I So I decided to sign up. Now, let's be clear here. I was still very skeptical, right? I was like, yeah, okay, that's great. You guys made money. You're doing good. I'm still skeptical, So I kind of took the approach of, I'll make the minimum investment. I heard some good things from them about the company, so I'll make the minimum investment. And this sounds terrible, probably, but it's how it was. It's like I made the analogy that it's going to be like when you throw a trolling line off the back of a boat from a fishing rod with a fishing rod, and you just see if you catch something while you're motoring along. That's what I was planning to do for 6 months. Just kind of throw the line in the water and see if I catch anything, and if not, oh well, it's all good. That lasted for about, let's say, 5 hours after I signed up. As I watched more videos, as I listened to more people on calls talking about the business and about the products. Now, to be clear again, it's about the business, and that's where I'm coming from. Coming into this, it's like I'm hearing about the business. I'm hearing about $1 billion business. I'm hearing about a market that's expanded to Australia and Canada and now Japan. I'm hearing about a company that's been #1 in skincare for 3 or 4 years in a row in America. And now as I come on board, they're about to release a new product that's based on technology of a previous product, which is they just the previous product was Lash Boost, and that had a $200 million or more revenue in the first year, and now they're going to release a new product that's got the same kind of technology in it, to do with eyebrows. And you've seen, I think I've posted already about, it's called Brow Defining Boost. I mean, that alone started getting me excited. And I know nothing about the eyebrow products and nothing about the Lash Boost products, just the numbers, and that was like, wow. And I've listened to some other couples and listened to some different broadcasts, and hearing them talking about their understanding of the numbers and the numbers that they've researched, and it got me more and more excited. And so I started. So it got to the point as I was starting to kind of learn the products. I said, okay, now I'm bringing the products, and I'm starting to learn the products, and it's like, well, to really be able to explain these products, I can't explain it if I don't use it. So I need to start thinking about using these products. And long story short, I decided to upgrade my minimum investments to buy a business kit that comes with a whole regimen of products. And I'll make a post. It's called the Redefine regimen, is the one I chose. They've got a few. They got about 4 or 5 different regimens for different things. I'm still learning about all that, but the Redefine is what I picked for my business kit, and I picked that based on talking to my sponsor, and she gave me some advice. But I also used the solutions tool on my website, and that I answered some questions like about what's my age range, and what am I male or female, and what's my skin tone, and what are some issues on my skin. And it's like a 2-minute questionnaire, and it probably took me 3 minutes because I don't think about my skin. Us guys, we don't think about skin. So it took me a few minutes to fill it out, and then they sent me an email with a recommendation, and it was Redefined, just like my sponsor told me. But someone I'll post about that too, because that's a great tool if you don't know what you don't know what's best for you, and you're trying to figure out, is there a regimen that's good for your skin. So I'll make another post about that shortly. So that's on order. So that's inbound, and as soon as that gets here, I'm going to start using it. And I guess my question now is, I'd like to ask you guys, have you guys used Rodan and Fields products before, and which regimen or which products, and what did it do for you? Did you like it? Which brings me to the point. The more and more I heard about these products, I learned about that they're having positive impacts on people, and it's not just it's positive impacts on their physical body, on their skin, improving their skin. But that's only part of it. I mean, there's also the positive impact of them because of their skin being better, having a more confidence, and just better mental status, and having a more positive outlook. So I mean, it's really as they call it, life-changing skincare. It's fantastic. So I'll stop there. I'll chat more at another time. If you want to follow along on Instagram, like the Facebook page, subscribe on YouTube, and see what happens next. I don't have a schedule yet, but I'll be hopefully posting some videos in the future. And once the business kit arrives, I'll be talking and posting about the Redefine regimen from Rodan and Fields, and I'll post a link to that in the description so you can read about it if you're interested. And that's about it for now. So I'll talk to you later. Bye for a while.